Wake up, Neo. Oh, sorry. Welcome back to Pirate Studios. So, I may have found a solution to a problem that I've been having. And I cannot, for the life of me, find how to do it when I search YouTube. So, I put some pieces together and I figured out a way on my own. And by the title of this video that you saw, um, it's how to make a drum MIDI map. And why would you want to do this? Well, MIDI maps are good to be able to. I saw a video with Dave Otero. What he did was he mixed Superior Drummer with a really good drum performance that he had recorded already to take it to another level of good. So I've always been like, no drum samples, and I know how to record real drums, which I do. But sometimes, and in this case that I'm going to let you hear, you only had 8 microphones. Let's say you only had 8 microphones or 8 preamps, and this is the best drum sound you could get right here. Okay, it's I don't know, to me it's pretty bad. Like here's the kick. It's got plenty of clicky, and I've got a sub kick microphone, which is actually a big subwoofer that I turned into a microphone. And the room has got plenty of room. Here's the overheads. Now, here lies the problem. I only had one preamp for the overheads and one preamp for, I think that's right. Let's see. Kick, snare, tom 1, 2, kick, snare, tom 1, tom 2, 3, overhead room. Okay, I may have had one more. Sub kick. Okay, yeah, so that's 8. So, snare, overhead, room, kick, sub kick, tom 1, tom 2, tom 3. That's 8 channels. So what I did was I had 2 overheads and I had 2 room mics, but I spliced the 2 overheads together to a mono, and I spliced the 2 rooms to one mono room. So that's. And hopefully you're listening to this on stereo, and I've got stereo touch, stereo touche. Now I got stereo touch on it to make it stereo, but that's how it is right there, how it actually is. So yeah, it's not really good. And I'm going to go ahead and in this process, this is going to be a long video, so if you've made it this far, it's going to be boring. It's going to be boring if you're not looking for this solution. If this isn't your bag, baby, then you're not going to get anything from this. This is going to be a long, kind of drawn out kind of thing. I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can, but this is an old song of one of my old bands. And this is the best drum recording I have, but it's not good enough. And I want to release this music. And the old drummer is a busy dude. And he's got to take care of some kiddos. And I understand. So I was like, I got to figure out how Dave Otero is using Superior Drummer. So I watched the video and I'm like, he's got a MIDI map, a drum MIDI map. How did he get that? How do people get the drum MIDI maps? the only answer I can come up with, and this may not even be the answer, but the only answer I can come up with is the program that Superior Drummer has. When you buy Superior Drummer 3, it comes with some kind of program that analyzes the drum performance and makes a MIDI map from listening to it. And it's apparently really good, but I don't know. I haven't tried it. I plan to get Superior Drummer way down the road when I have more money. But right now I don't have it. So I was like, well, how can I do this? And you may think, well, why don't you just add a sample? One shots. I have one shots. I have plenty of one shots here. Go to drum sets, and I've got tons of stuff by Drum Forge. They have great stuff. And I'm going to be using these at first. It's as part of the process. But it's not going to be the first thing we do. It's not going to be the end result. And the reason is because a lot of times, and the Porky is the snare we're going to use for this snare. But the reason is because these have no variant on velocities. So the drummer's not hitting the snare that hard every time. So there lies your problem. And if you have no velocities going on, your drum performance then sounds fake as crap. And it sounds like a MIDI electric kit. Like somebody programmed them and it's like somebody literally just programmed them with MIDI manually and nobody ever played. We don't want that. Okay, so this is a much better solution. I don't even know how it works exactly, but it seems to work pretty good. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the snare. Snare, yeah, snare. Boop. I have no snare in my headphones. Okay, so we're going to make a new track, and hopefully you're using Reaper, because we're going to use a couple Reaper plugins to do this. But I guess you can still download the Reaper plugins for your own DAW. So we're going to add a new track, and then we're going to hold Control, let's make sure we're right on the grid, which we are not. So let me go ahead and pull that there. And we're going to hold Control, grab this, and when we pull it down, it's going to make a copy, just like that. So this is what we want to listen to, is this one that we just copied. Now, this is the second time of me doing this video, but different song, and I discovered something that helped me afterwards. So it's time consuming. So if you're going to do this for a living and you don't have a good program, you're going to have to probably do this like this. So there's a flam. So this right here, doing this, getting rid of a lot of the noise that's going on. Why not use a gate? Well, gate, we could try that, but the problem with the gate is, and it may not be a problem for this song, so we'll start off with a gate first. So let me just Control Z. The problem with a gate is if you have a drum performance that has a lot of ghost notes, the gate's just not gonna. It's not gonna be good for this application. Now, it doesn't look like, I don't think that he's going to be doing any ghost notes for this whole song, because it's pretty solid all the way. So we won't skip it, but we won't go through that. We'll just go ahead and use a gate. Gate. Reaper's gate works great. You like that? So if you don't know how to use a gate, this isn't a tutorial for how to use a gate. This is just the threshold right here of how much volume of the snare basically needs to hit before the gate cuts it, before the gate recognizes it and basically the threshold of how much silence needs to be. Anyway, and then the hold is how long it's going to gate you off. See, we don't want that. Okay. And a lot of times, like these toms, okay, we don't want that tom. We don't want what we're about to do to hear those toms, so you might need to edit that out. Okay, there's the gate. Now this is the first big step right here. And after I do this, we're just going to have to listen. Okay, so we're going to get audio to MIDI. Drum trigger. That's what it is. And you could use Steven Slate trigger if you want to pay for that, but this is free. Now, when you use it right now, you're not going to hear anything because it has no sample to trigger. So now we're going to go 5,000, and this is the sample player. And we're going to pull this sample that I got in there. We don't need that open because we just... You see this, so you can mess with this threshold. But the problem with that is this is where trimming may be good. You want it to pick up that flam, but you don't want it to pick up this noise before the flam. See? It picked up that, whatever, that kick drum right there. So that's why I edited that. And sometimes, not for this song, but sometimes you need to take, if you had like a ghost note snare, take and cut there and there, which that's not what this is. This is a kick. But take that and increase the volume to that until the threshold recognizes it. I did that a little bit last night. So so this could be it, but it's not going to be perfect. It's definitely not going to be perfect. So now we highlight all that and we go to apply track effects or apply take effects. Apply and take effects that are on this track to the item as a new take. So stop record. Oh, I didn't know I was recording. Oh, it won't let me. I'm recording over here. Well, that's pretty dumb that it's doing me that way. Hang on, I'll cut my audio off here. That's pretty dumb. Okay. Oop. Yeah, that was stupid. Okay, and there we got both takes. Now we don't want them on top of each other like that, so right click again and then go to take and say explode all takes to new tracks. And there you go. You got audio and then the MIDI. We don't need the double or the audio. Now we're left with just this MIDI. This is the new one. So, and you can see I like to keep these right here so I can look, see what, and it got the double, got the flam, single. You can go through and literally watch if you want to and look at every single one if you want to, but we're not going to do that. We're going to listen instead. So now you're like, oh no, all we have is MIDI notes. Well, this is where having Superior Drummer, you don't need Superior Drummer. Now, this is where the trick of the other great part about this solution is that instead of one shots, we're going to use ML drums. We're going to use ML drums because you can get ML drums and get every single expansion that they have, which I do, which is you can get a free version. You could get a free version, and it comes with one less tom, or maybe two less toms and less cymbals. So you could do that and get it for free, but you could literally buy the original and 5 or 6 more expansions and still be less money than Superior Drummer. So I remember the snare that I've already been using. It's 320 hertz frequency, and let me go ahead and glue. I'm going to glue these so it's one take. Yep. Okay, so what we need to do is double click on this. If it'll open. I don't know if it's going to open with... is it the record button? It won't open MIDI? Well, that's pretty stupid. Well, at least I'm recording over here. I'm recording audio over here. So, luckily, so we're we won't be hearing the audio the way I hoped we would. No. So okay. So we need to double click this, and we're going to select all of these MIDI notes. This is the snare, and we're going to hold Control and bring them down until we find the snare, which is, I think it's D2. Okay, there it is. Now, if you look down here on the bottom, you'll see where it says velocity. Here's your velocities, and as you can see, magically, some freaking how, I don't know how, Audio to MIDI and Reaper recognizes the velocities. So they're already green. So what I like to do is grab one of these. If you grab down here, it won't work. You gotta make sure this cursor is there, and it's gonna bring them all. We don't want everything topped all the way to the top. We just want to take everything that is already close. That is whatever is the highest one, which is, it looks like it's this one. That's the hardest that the snare got hit. Yeah. They're really not. They're really all pretty equal. And you're not going to be able to hear a lot of dynamics with a straight hit. I mean, but if you had ghost notes, it would literally see all the ghost notes here, and the velocities would be lower. So we're still not done. The next step is to go to the plug-in, and I like to go to the mixer, and I like to turn the snare up all the way. Okay. Okay, now let's turn this down because I want to bring this in. Sounded like it missed a snare. Yep, right there. Luckily, it's right on the grid, so. And we can click right there and then press I. We can go ahead and turn that up because it's pretty much solid straight. We'll mute it. Another thing about, and I'm going to save Control S if you don't know. Another thing, the reason why the drums don't sound that good is because they're not like the best quality drums. Now the snare is, but if you don't have enough microphones and you're sharing, if you got 2 rooms going to one mono and 2 overheads going to one mono, it's really going to affect your snare sound. And all of it adds up. It really does to a good drum sound. Pretty good snare sound. Toms sound good to me too. But the next thing we're going to do is and hear that? It doubled that on accident. So we're going to get rid of that. Just click that and press delete. If you know your song good enough, or you know your drummer enough, when you get done, you'll hear stuff. There's something funny is going on right there, or you could see it like right here. Yeah, there's a double right here when there's. You can't see that. Oh. Yeah, there's a double right there when it's not supposed to be. There's another one. And that's just the way. That's just because we didn't edit the snare drum. We didn't edit the snare drum track and maybe we didn't have our gate perfect. There's just no way to get there's no way to get the trigger perfect, and there's no way to get the gate perfect. So you may need to just literally time consume to that double after you double that, and just take out everything manually except the snare hits. But that's just part of it. There's another one. Another one right there. There's another one right there. And that's just because it picked up that kick drum. There's another one. There was another one. That's a good view. There's another one. So that's the great thing, is we're not replacing the original snare sound. We're adding another one to boost boost the sound and the vibe. Oh, it's making that noise because I clicked it right there. That could be a flam. It could be a real double. And it's not, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay, and let's go over here. And pretty sure it's not two flams. It looks like that second one might be. You want to know for sure, mute this one. Yeah, which it doesn't sound like, even though it kind of looks like it is. Could be a double. It is. I just control Z'd. There's a double. You may say, well, I'll just buy a Superior drummer. Well, go ahead and spend $300. Could be a flam. Nope. You can also hold Alt and it'll turn that into an eraser. Granted, that's not working. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I could go here. Get kind of an outside view like this. If you want, I can see that needs to be fixed. And another one. I don't know. I don't know why it did that pretty much the whole time. Whole freaking time. There's one under here that you can't see. under the video of me. Well, did you just call me a whale? Son, do you know where you're gonna go when you die? This reminds me of when I use my electric kit. My electric kit will do that. It'll double. It's because the pads. I've beat the crap out of that snare. I need to buy a new one because the trigger is kind of like, yeah, the sticker inside where it triggers is like not even stuck anymore. I think I got them all. Yeah. Okay. And if I didn't, we'll hear it. Or we won't. Alright, let's save. Snare samp. Call it what you want. You could put S sample. And I'm going to turn this overheads down. If you hear that other noise, it's from the toms. I hate gating toms. And the reason these toms are doing that is because you get that when your toms are on one of those, on one of the arms that are attached to the bass drum. If the toms are sitting on the bass drum like that, you're going to get that. And these are my toms. It's my kick. My toms. All right. Let's do this toms. Okay. And I've been asked that 100,000 times. Luckily, it looks like he only uses tom 1 3 times. Yep. So, but let's go ahead and put this on the grid. Hold control, bring her down. Now we don't need the original. We're going to keep the original. So just like I said, we're not taking away. We're adding. That's how the tom set sounds before you process it. Terrible. Terrible. That wasn't it. I want that. Son, do you know where you're gonna go? This is exactly what I was talking about, what you could do with a snare. But it's way more time consuming with a kick or a snare. It doesn't matter if it cuts it off because it's just going to be, we're using them for a trigger. That's pretty much it. There isn't anything else. We're going to highlight those 3 spots and we're going to zoom in because it'll make things easier. They're highlighted. Right click and we're going to say, oh, no, we're not going to do that yet. We're going to put audio to MIDI first. The snare is going to be the most time consuming one. And we still may not be done. We're still recording. I see my GoPro beeping. Great. And we're not going to be able to hear nothing until we add sample resample-o-matic. And we're going to use Dusty toms. Dusty. That's the one I've been using. Okay, and we don't need that open. We just need the gate or the trigger open. Perfect. See how it does this one? It did that as a double. Okay, now I moved the threshold over, but we need to go check this one again. See, that's not going to work. Alright, so what we need to do probably is don't touch the threshold. We're going to turn the volume of this up or down. See, we turn the volume down and it only recognizes one hit because it is just one hit. Remember I said that about ghost notes. Yeah, that wasn't it. There we go. 3. That's it. Now everything's okay. Not highlighted. Now we're going to right click again, and we're going to highlight those and right click again. And we're going to say apply take. Okay, and then we're going to right click again and say take. Yeah, there we go. Get rid of these. Boom. Don't need those. We just want this. Then we're going to right click one more time. And we're going to say glue. Now it's one track. One MIDI track. Now we're going to take this drums and drag it because we're going to use this. And save. Save often. And it's, of course, it's automatically there on the hi-hat. We don't want that. We want it that one. Now, if you don't know, I can just tell by the sound of the original that that's close. We're not going to use these toms at all, the original toms at all. We're gonna use the original snare and the original kick, but we're not gonna use the toms because they have just all that noise. And then when you do a gate, if you try to do a gate with in this, I've already done it. I already know. I've tried to gate these. When you gate it, it makes weird sounds come in and out, and it doesn't sound good. And it sounds like it. You can really hear the gate. We are going to pan that 75. Okay. Yeah. And we need to open that back up. And we're going to turn these velocities almost all the way up. can't really hear the difference in any velocity anyway. I'm going to call this one samp for one sample, Tom 1 sample. And I'm going to open this plug-in again, and I'm going to go to mixer, and I want to turn the toms up all the way. Oh yeah. I might need to turn them down a little bit. The reason we can't turn them up all the way is because they're panned, and when you do that, that's just more volume than it can handle. So let's go to 16. Still too loud. I think I did the other ones at 14 last night. Yep, nope. Okay, let's do 13. We don't want it to redline at all. 12. Yep, there we go. It didn't redline that time. See how good that sounds? We're going to go ahead and move this over. Oh, I'm going to just turn that volume down so we don't have to worry about the mute button or any of that. Just the volume's going to be down. This is one of those things again where you can go ahead and check it, look at it if you want. Oh, I turned the volume down. Doom, doom. So, and you could tune this if you want to. No, that one doesn't. It may tune right here. Q, no, that's EQ and compressor and reverb. I can't read that. It's pan. Okay, no, we don't want to do that. It'll be fun. That one's actually tuned perfect compared to mine, so I'm not worried about making sure. And I'm going to turn. Yeah, we don't need the drum verb either. All right, let's do the same thing for Tom 2. Shall we? Shall we? Okay. To replay. We're going to make our lives easier. Diddle-doom doom. Diddle-doom doom. That's what it is. Do it again. That's it. That's all that one is. This one's pretty straight grooving. Okay, and let's go to audio to Midi. This is a really long video. And we're going to go 5,000. Yep. No. You know what? I may need to leave that one to be able to pick up this triple here. Or it's actually 4. Yeah, no. It's too much. Yeah, okay. Great. That's perfect. That's great. It picked them up all the way they're supposed to be. Okay, highlight these, right click, apply track MIDI output. Okay, ooh, look at that. There it goes. So what it's doing is it's literally just, it's taking the strikes of the trigger and turning it into a MIDI. You got to have the audio of the sample for it to put a MIDI though. Okay, and then we're going to go to take. You can't see that. Let me make sure you can see that again. Right click, take, new tracks. And we only need that MIDI one. Delete. Okay. And just to make things easier, we're going to glue this. Boom. Okay, and let's move ML drums. Copy it over there. Save. Oh, poor fellers. We want it. That one. Ooh, listen to that already. Uh-oh, it's missing one. Okay. Nope. And I might need to adjust it. It's probably wrong. It's a little... That might be right. Let's listen to it in context. Actually, we'll listen to doom doom. We didn't turn these velocities up. You can see right there 1, 2, 3, and then 4. He's going, but you just got to know your drums and know your drummer. 2 sample. I'm pretty beat today, guys. Seriously. Whew. Turn that down and let's go on to Tom 3. Where you're gonna go, son, when you die. Uh-oh. Oh. I've been asked that 100,000 times. 3 people die. This is gonna be difficult. Now that I'm looking at this, I may have got this one wrong. It's hard to tell here. It could be a double. He's using his feet too. Pretty sure Tom 3. Pretty sure that's 3. I could be wrong. It's really hard to tell. I wonder if I'll go ahead and put effects on it. I wonder if I put effects on it. If it's able to pick it up easier. Man, this is going to be really hard. Same thing. That's a double. You use that floor tom more than any of them. That's easy. That's a 3. Do. Cut it off before that kick. Where you're gonna go. Yep, those are kicks. It's just 2 floors. Okay, one more. I hope that I can get that to trigger right. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do it manually, and hopefully I can. Right there is where that next kick is. And we can just kill that. Alright. I wonder if I could just glue that. Nah, that's dumb. I don't have to do that right now. I could do it right now. I guess it won't hurt nothing. Go ahead and glue. Boop. Okay. That's what gluing does. It just glues all the pauses. Okay. Audio to Midi. Okay, and this one, I'm pretty sure. Yep. That one, and you can see it. I've used it before, so that's another reason why I know. Alright, let's try this. Is that right? Doodaloo. Did it get it immediately? I think I added one too many. I'll just leave it for now. That does look like 3. But what about this one? Yeah, I think it is 3. I think it got it. That's not 3. There we go. I turned the volume down. Well, that ain't it. It's do. Cut it again. Turn that. Oh. Oh. This is super annoying. Why is it? You know what? I could do this. I got an idea. I could just edit the MIDI out later. Take away. Always have more. What? This is bullshit. Let's get rid of this. It's just dumb. Yeah. All right, together it sounds right. Yeah, okay, that sounds right. Let me turn this up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's it. Oh, thank God. All right. Highlight them puppies and right click and apply. Okay, and we're gonna right click and say take. New, no, that wasn't it. New tracks. Yep. Goodbye. Okay. Drag ML drums. Save. We're going to glue this again. There we go. Double click. So we can highlight these. And we want that one. Yeah. Didn't bring up these. You may wonder, why didn't you go into the plugin and turn the toms up all the way? I didn't do that because I drug the plugin from the first one that I did, and the volume of the toms are already turned up on it. So when you drag it over, it automatically drags over your settings. Ooh. Woo, listen to that. It's perfect. I wonder if that... Nope, it's just double. You want to just put a clipper on the toms. Oh, and go ahead and turn the output of the clipper down. That's pretty sexy sounding. Let's turn these overheads back down. I hear a double snare. Well, it's a little late, So that's what it is. So let's move this. Oh, Control or Alt S will make it where it won't. Probably too much. We're going to take these overheads and we're going to turn them up. We don't want it to clip. They're that high. This, let's see. Some of these highest peaks, we don't want those. We don't want those to touch the top. So we need to make sure nothing touches the edge. Default high pass filter. I'm doing the gain, input gain up. I got it compressing pretty hard. I'm just pulling the threshold up. I got it 20-to-1 ratio, pretty much fast attack, fast release. But I want the threshold to just, I want it to hit the red every time, pretty much stay in the red every time it hits the snare. I don't really need to touch the EQ, and then I just high pass filter, yeah. All right. Okay, do the kick. Do the kick, man. Okay. I'll do the kick. I don't know if it's necessary, but it can't hurt, really. Hey. Yeah, I don't guess it could hurt. I'm going to turn that up. this raw microphone, Audix D6. If you are still watching, you are really trying to learn something. Kicks, thumper, banger. I don't know if I like it. Doesn't matter because I'm not going to use it anyway. Yeah. Might be one too many there. Yeah, it is. But I can always take away. Okay. I'm so excited, aren't you? Midi. We're gonna use ML drums as kick because it's pretty awesome. Explode new tracks, and we're gonna highlight those, and goodbye. Yes, let's drag an ML drum over here. Save. We're gonna now we have to go in here to the mixer and turn the kick up all the way. Why wouldn't we? Then we're gonna change this kick to one of these. Not sure which one. But it's not going to work until we move all these down to. That's not the kick we want either. It's too boomy. Take the longest one and put it right under max. Yeah, that's not the kick we want. Too boomy. Ooh. I mean, it could be. No, I think we're going to go with one of these. Alright, let's do a before and after. A before and, let's put kick sample. A before and after. Oh, 3 sample. There's the before. You're not going to hear them because another thing is we got to send these to the drum bus. Otherwise, you're not going to hear them. Yeah, send those. Turn it off. We don't off the master. We don't want them going to the master. Whew, this is really long video. But this is seriously the process. Okay. That's before. I'm going to bring these in. Turn these toms, turn the samples off. Here's with them. Off. I don't know if I like them with or without the... I don't know. I don't know. It sounds... Definitely sounds better with the samples. Off. I think leaving the toms on in this case, the original toms, actually sounds pretty damn good. I haven't done anything to the room yet. Let's do this room. And of course it's mono, but first we're gonna, we don't need to, we can just put Sound Studios on it. How about that? Down. those are probably not going to be the last guitars. I'm going to be re-recording the guitars. Now, there's one other step you could do, and I'm not going to do this personally, but let's take all these samples and we're going to put them together, these sample tracks. You could drag all these. You could pull all these together like this, stack them on top of each other. I don't know how well this would work. Yeah, I don't guess that's gonna work. I wonder if I glue it all. That wasn't the right one. Let's see. Glue. Yeah, there's no kick anymore. I guess you can't really do that. Anyway, there's probably a way you could map it all together. Let's see. Glue. There's your kick and snare right there. And maybe we want to add the toms. Glue again. I don't think so. I think yeah, that just killed them. Yeah. When you add the toms like that, it's probably because there's silence. Might be able to just cut this right here. Wonder if that'll let me do that. No. Wonder if I can just pull this one on top of that and then glue. No. No. Oh well. If you had your kick and snare, I'd rather have them all singled, really, to be honest. But that's just me. So yeah, there you go. Long video. Yeah, I may cut it up into parts. I don't know. Probably not. Just upload one ginormous long video. I don't care. So hopefully you learned something. It's a lot of work, but it's cheaper than spending $300 on Superior Drummer. And ML drums freaking rule. So you should buy them. Get Reaper. Use Reaper. Use Reaper's tools. Get ML drums, and you can have great velocities with your snare hits, and really have a killer drum performance that doesn't sound like MIDI drums, even though I'm using a MIDI drum plug-in. But luckily, it still sounds like a real drum kit, because it is. It's enhanced, and that's what we want to do. We want to enhance something good, not turn something good into something fake. Till next time, love you guys.